Ready?
What's up, everybody? We're here with our engineering final project. We'll be asking and answering some important questions. Question number 1. What is the protein in flour called? And how does it contribute to a food's elasticity?
Yeah, this one. We'll do it back and forth. So we got gluten. Gluten is the protein that helps spread this stuff and make it all, bring it all together. In order to use it well, you have to knead it. You have to get all the. You have to do all that funky stuff. That's how that works. That's how gluten works.
Okay, well, you can answer this one too. What was your favorite step in the Rube Goldberg project?
My favorite step in the Rube Goldberg. That's a good one. My favorite step has to be probably the time which we had the ball go in the hoop and it worked. Well, the first time it worked, the only time it worked. That was really big. I really enjoyed that because that took a lot of time, a lot of my time to get to work.
Okay.
And then I think that was harder. You're just getting the arc and getting the height correct and all the calculations. That's what really was good. It was really fun.
Question 3. Even if I'm not going to be an engineer, how do I think that engineers will impact my future in the next 10 years? So personally, I think that automated cars will become a thing, programmed cars, just like we saw in some of the projects that we did. We did programming routes of robots, and just with the sumo robots and the Spheros. But also I think that biomedical engineering will have its advances. We already have seen some of that in the medical world, but I feel like it will advance itself even further, and we'll be able to perform a lot of procedures through engineering and robotics, and also a lot of healing will be done through biomedical mechanics. Question 4. What robots do you imagine will become common in homes in the next 10 years? I believe that there will be a lot of robots that revolve around cooking. There will be a lot of robots that revolve around cleaning. But I also think home security systems will be advanced. They already are pretty advanced, but I think they will advance them even more, make them more simple and they'll be stronger, be able to detect if there's a home invasion. I also think that our technology that we have, such as our computers and cell phones, will also advance too, if that counts as home technology. Question 5, Ciardaddy. Propose some more real-world applications for robotics specifically.
Robotics, I think one of the things that would real-world application would be using them in warfare. Instead of sending human lives out there to war, I think using robots would be beneficial.
Talk about the Uber driving.
Because you're using Uber, it doesn't matter if you think it's short or not. Uber driving, I think using them for Ubers and making sure that having driverless Ubers so you won't have to use drivers. I think that's important too. Plus, like cashiers and things like that. A lot of the common jobs to use stuff like that. I think that's important.
Okay. Three components to a successful bridge and 3 components to a successful boat. I'll take the bridge, you take the boat.
Okay.
For a bridge, it's important to have materials that are strong in both flexion and tension, and that they are put in the right spots. An important aspect to a bridge can be the triangular structure that Ms. Galecki had taught us in our own building projects. The importance of an arc is also important in a bridge because it is, not in every bridge, but it is a good way to diffuse force among each section of the bridge rather than pressure pointing, putting all the pressure in one spot. All right, 3 components to a successful boat.
Buoyancy. Say it again, buoyancy. It's big. Being able to spread the
surface
area of the boat is big. So having a large bottom is big. I think also being able to have a narrow kind of tip to the boat is big because it disperses the water when you're going through it.
And hydrodynamics.
The hydrodynamics, I think those are all the 3 keys. So we got hydrodynamics, we got buoyancy,
Surface area.
and surface area.
What are the pros and cons of group work? I got it.
Yeah.
So some pros of group work. With group work, you can get things done faster. You can also have more fun with it, and there's also more creativity. More minds are put together, and you get a lot of different ideas. Some cons. Some people might not work well together. There could also be times where group members have bad energy that could disperse throughout the group community. And at the same time, they might also have bad habits that might be dispersing among the community. Whereas group members are relying on others to do things that they should be doing themselves, and where in individual projects they might take upon those responsibilities and finish them themselves. Next question. What is mouthfeel, Ciardaddy, and how can you change the mouthfeel of the food?
Mouthfeel is when you have like a piece of steak in your mouth and how that feels. The texture of food. I think that's what mouthfeel is. We were talking about this with the steak before, and it's like you cook it really well done. It's gonna be a little harder, a little more harder to chew. Well, if you don't cook it much, it's gonna be still a little harder to chew, but it's gonna be a little kind of melt in your mouth type of feeling. Yeah. That's what mouthfeel is.
Next question. What is gelation, and how can you use it to control the properties of food? Gelation is the use of the component gelatin. Gelatin can be used to change the texture of a food and change the solidity of a specific food.
Yes, no?
No. We see this in gummy bears. We see this in actually some of the sauces that we have in our houses. So,
Don't take any of my girls.
I'll take them out of your girls. Yeah. What do you prefer, Ciardaddy? Dessert that looks like dinner or dinner that looks like dessert?
It's a tough one. I think I gotta say dessert that looks like dinner.
Pull up to the acme, bro. Pull up to the acme.
Exactly. Left, right.
Left.
Left. So with dessert that looks like dinner, it's a lot easier to make. It looks a lot better. Dessert that looks like dinner is a lot easier to make, a lot better. Right?
Left.
And so, instead of you can use fondant, and then basically you just cover the cake with fondant, and you have your steak. It's like your dessert looks like steak. While with other stuff, you kind of have to maneuver around a bit and use a lot of different tactics to make it a dessert, dinner that looks like dessert. You gotta use like gelatin sheets and some stuff like that.
All right. How will I be using science and cooking properties in my future? I personally think that I will be using spherification to impress the people that I'm cooking for. I thought it added a surprise to it, a pizzazz, a little bit of different mouthfeel and texture, a variance in mouthfeel and actually the same food. Once that little sphere bursts, it adds just a whole different feel. And yeah, that's it. I would really enjoy the use of spherification. Yeah. What is the best sumo bot attachment for matches, Ciardaddy?
I think using 3 wheels worked really well for us because we're allowed to get a lot of traction, a lot of push to the ground. We'll hold a spot nice and well, so no one can really push us. I think the best way to win a sumo bot battle is to defend.
Let's go to Starbucks, bro. Take it to Starbucks.
Starbucks.
have you seen Rube Goldberg machines in real life? Have I? Yeah, let me take it back to a little story. I was actually once driving in Lancaster, and their technology is not the best, but they get it done. And I was at this red light, and I ran over a bump, and it may or may not be the case, but the red light was triggered by the button, turned to green. A button was pressed underneath the ground, shot up, and the light turned red. Now, deep down under there was a marble that actually hit a domino. Domino flicked the light, and it hit the light switch and turned that joint green. And at the end of the day, yeah, that's how it went. What have you most improved on in engineering class, Ciardaddy?
I think like teamwork skills and be able to work with others. I think that's important. I think being able to work with others to delve into a topic, I think that's hard for some to do. I think that we work really well with that the course, and I think I improved.
Okay, if I could research the engineering behind any project or any product in life, what would I do? I'd probably do the research behind our cell phone technologies because we use this technology every day, and it's used so much, it takes up so much time in our day. And I'd like to learn the dangers of using it and what's actually going inside of our technology, something I never think about. I just think that would be interesting. Will driverless cars become popular or mainstream? Let's save that one for later. Let's ask the public community. What is the future of virtual reality, Ciardaddy?
Future virtual reality, I think we use a lot of things. So we use it for PTSD, like we were talking about before, where we can help soldiers and stuff like that. I think we can also use it for. They've been starting to use it for basketball reasons too, like with Markel Fultz to get back up to strength. I think that's also one of the things we use that.
Stop right here. Excuse me. Is there any way I can ask you for a quick interview, real quick? One question. What do you think the future of driverless cars is in our community in the next 10 years? Zero. There you have it, folks. Zero.
All right, let's go. Thank you.
That guy was the worst. He had no imagination. I think we have a bright future ahead of us.
Very bright.
I think soon it'll take over. Sir! What do you think the future of driverless cars in our community will be? What do you think the future of driverless cars will be in our community in the next 10 years? Driverless cars.
Driverless car?
Driverless, no driver. It's on its own.
Uh-huh.
What do you think this is possible?
Well, I heard about it.
You heard about it? You think it'll happen?
I think it could happen.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Haha. Do you trust machines, Ciardaddy?
I don't trust machines. They're full of it. They don't know what they're talking about. Machines I like driving my Jeep, do my thing. I don't like necessarily to use machines much. Like I don't order stuff on Amazon. I don't like it. I don't like machines. I like doing things myself, stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, thank you, folks. That is it for our questions for today.
Thank you. And as we will close it, Preston Field over there.
Go for it.